You should never celebrate your jobs. I know they are important. I know jobs give us financial freedom and they help us pay our bills. And that is exactly why we seek jobs in the first place. But it is not our everything. A job should just be a part of your life. You tell me, is it worth sacrificing your health for your job? You know the answer. You should be celebrating yourself instead. Each day, every day. Trust me, nothing is as precious as you are, as your life. And look how far you have come. I'm sure when you got your first job offer, everyone around you made it a huge deal. But when you started working there, you realized that it is far from reality and even toxic. And for some of us, we always end up in a horrible place. Let's dive into why this happens, why we always end up in toxic workplaces. Number one, people pleasing. See, we are conditioned to be the good person, which translates to saying yes to the situations that we often want to say no to. Number two, perfectionism. See, some of us go into jobs with the idea that we have to be perfect. We keep trying to prove ourselves, even in a workplace that does not appreciate us. Number three, ignoring the red flags. Yes, see, red flags are not always the bad things. Red flags are the warning signs that make us aware of the potentially harmful situation so that we can protect ourselves from those situations. For example, comments during the job interview, comments like you will need to put extra efforts or we are a family sound harmless, but they are the signs of toxic work culture. Number four, falling for the brand name. Sometimes the reputation or the status of a company draws you in, which is why you believe that it is a privilege to work at that organization or that company. This mindset leads you to accept mistreatment because you think you were lucky to have that job. But no, they are lucky to have you as their employee because this is why they hired you in the first place. Number five, being taught to be tough. Many of us grew up hearing things like work is supposed to be your life, don't complain, just be a part of it. This makes us normalize toxicity, thinking that poor treatment at work is okay. Yes, these things are normalized, but they are not normal, trust me. Number six, financial pressure and job security. See, financial stress or the need for stability keeps us in the toxic workplace for longer time than we should or than we realized. But it's not our fault or it's not your fault. I know some of you have this major need to feed your family. Some of you have that majburi, हम सबकी मजबूरी होती है काम करना because we need money to live. And that is okay. It is okay to realize that it is okay that financial pressure is there for us, that making us not quit our job. But please, in this case, reach out to someone you love or seek professional help. That is fine. Point number seven, influence of parents or societal influence. This is a big one. See, often our parents, our family, and our friends and other people that we are close to make us feel like landing a great job is the ultimate success. But they don't always consider your happiness or your well-being, and it's not their fault. This is what they were taught. But if you are a parent watching this video, please know that nothing is more important than your child's happiness. Point number eight, the desire for praise and validation. For many of us, the workplace is where we seek approval or validation. In toxic environments, this desire can lead us to accept poor treatment, thinking that if we work hard or please our boss, we will finally get the recognition we crave for. But this never happens. In fact, what happens is working in such environments affect our health negatively and we end up feeling exhausted physically and mentally. So let's break down some consequences to our health in these environments. Number one, chronic stress. See, toxic workplaces keep us in a constant state of stress. This means elevated cortisol levels, which can lead to all kinds of health issues like heart problems and even high blood pressure. Number two, anxiety and depression. See, these toxic work environments make us question our self-worth, and over time it can lead to continuous anxiety and depression. Number three, insomnia and sleep issues. Stress at work does not stay at work. It doesn't. It comes home with us, keeps us awake and prevents our body from recharging properly. Number four, weakened immune system. Believe me or not, chronic stress actually weakens our immune system, making us more susceptible to illness. If you are constantly catching cold or feeling under the weather, your job might be the culprit. Number 5, digestive issues. Yes, our stomach is directly affected by stress. Constant worry and anxiety can lead to issues like stomach ache, bloating, or even irritated bowel syndrome. I will make a separate video on this topic. Number 6, high blood pressure. Over time, the body's response to constant stress can raise our blood pressure, which puts us at risk of serious heart issues. Number 7, headaches and migraines. This is very common, and I have experienced this myself. Stress often triggers headaches, and toxic workplaces can be a major source of that tension. Number 8, burnout. Burnout is almost inevitable, but it just does not affect our work, it affects our entire life. Number 9, emotional exhaustion. It is similar to burnout. Toxic workplaces drain us emotionally. You are spending more than half of your day at a place where your energy is constantly being drained and you feel empty from inside. It is much more harmful than it sounds. Number 10, addiction. Some people start coping with workplace stress through alcohol, caffeine, or even drugs, which leads to a whole other set of health issues. And these are not just side effects, they are real consequences that can impact our entire lives if we do not take control of ourselves and our emotions and our health. Which brings me to talk about the prevention. How actually we prevent all of these consequences, negative consequences of health, because once we land in a toxic workplace, there is no out, there is no going back. Either you quit, and sometimes quitting is not really easy, and even if you quit, how to make sure that you don't end up in that same toxic environment again. Let's talk about that. Number 1, setting clear boundaries. Say no whenever and wherever required. Stick to your regular work hours, and trust me, nobody can do anything if you do not pick work calls at home or beyond work hours. Your personal space is your responsibility. Number 2, prioritize self-care. Your health is non-negotiable. Make time for the activities you enjoy. Exercise, eat well, and ensure that you get enough sleep. Number 3, watch for red flags during the interviews. Yes, sometimes such toxic workplace show its true colors before you join. Number 4, have a support system. Talk to people who understand you and can help you keep a balanced perspective. Family, friends, or even a counselor can provide the support you need, because sometimes we are not comfortable talking to any family members or friends or anyone else. So seek professional help in that case. Number 5, know when to walk away. Trust me, if you have tried everything and it's still taking a toll on your mental health or physical health, sometimes the best option is to start looking for a new job. You deserve a healthy work environment and a good life. Number 6, keep a growth mindset outside the work. Think about your life and career goals outside of work. Focus on your own development, your character development, not just what your company expects from you. Remember, a job should fit into your life, not the other way around.